A scrappy high-stakes war in West Asia has entered its fifth day today, with billions spent already and no end in sight as the toll rises and global trade stands paralyzed by the closure of Strait of Hormuz. Iran is also reaching out to neighbors, claiming it was forced to act following the assassination of its supreme leader.
The United States has unleashed new weapons, including F-35C fighters and Tomahawk barrages, in a campaign that has already decimated the Iranian Navy. But a Western rift is widening. Spain has snubbed the United States, refusing base access and drawing threats also of a total trade cutoff from President Trump. With the massive oil surge fueling global economic worry, India is now urgently exploring alternative energy routes to safeguard its economy from the fallout.
Speaking of which, there's also breaking news coming in. Remember, much of the focus here in India is obviously about how the economy will be affected in the long term. But for now, as far as repatriation efforts are concerned, we are picking up an update from SpiceJet. SpiceJet continues to operate multiple special flights from UAE to India to support passenger travel during this time. Additional flights have been scheduled to ensure smoother connectivity. This has also been officially confirmed by SpiceJet. They've taken to social media to talk about the manner in which they're going to be carrying out this repatriation exercise. Now, do remember, as far as UAE is concerned, there's limited flights that are operating out of UAE, and the ones that are the flights that are bringing back stranded individuals, and that's what India is looking at achieving. Step by step, we're seeing India now come up with a concrete plan on how it wants to bring back its people from the Middle East. And this is an effort on part of SpiceJet. They'll be operating special flights from UAE. Now, this is obviously subject to the airspace closure, because much of UAE, remember, has seen no airspace movement. So there's been total closure of the airspace. Now, how India manages to do this remains to be seen still. But the last few days, we've seen a little relief in terms of a few countries like Saudi, for instance, a lot of flights operating in and out of Saudi Arabia. But UAE, we've not seen too much of a positive development. That said, India does have a plan in place as we speak.
Of course, so SpiceJet has there announced that it will be operating about 4 flights we're looking at the moment, which will be operating. As you know, the flight operations have been disrupted due to the closure of airspaces in the Middle East amid the escalating conflict that we're seeing in West Asia right now. As the conflict intensifies in West Asia, India's focus remains firmly on the safe passage of its people, as well as securing its interests in this time of volatility. SpiceJet has said that it will be operating about 4 special flights, and we are to see the repatriation of people stranded in the UAE. For more on this, Kritsween is bringing us more updates from the newsroom as well on this. It's over to you, Kritsween.
Now, this is a huge challenge at the moment, given how we're seeing non-stop firing of rockets, missiles, and the Middle East, the airspace overall not quite safe, is why we're seeing slow-paced developments trickle in. Nonetheless, the sound of it is promising. But let's understand more on how SpiceJet plans to do this and what the official statement at the moment is looking like. Siddhant is joining us in the newsroom. Siddhant, you also have that official update. What's exactly SpiceJet tweeted?
Well, that's right. So, Kritsween, there are multiple such airlines which are right now operating in a very limited manner. In fact, I have this news piece, and it talks about that how not only SpiceJet but Emirates, Etihad Airways, Fly Dubai, Air Arabia, they all have started their operations in a very limited manner, and there are many scheduled flights today, tomorrow. The companies have announced, and a limited number of flights continue to operate in a coordination with the relevant authorities, subject to operational and safety approvals.
Siddhant, if I quickly allow you 30 seconds, you can quickly open the SpiceJet document. If you go to your Here, there's a document officially that's been put out by SpiceJet, where they have a proper plan from 5th to 7th, the kind of flights that will be operating.
Yes, so this is a more detailed breakup of the SpiceJet flights. In fact, 5th March, Dubai to Mumbai flight, then again on 5th March. So there are more than 5 to 6 flights which I could see today, and then again there are more than 6 to 7 flights tomorrow. So SpiceJet has made these arrangement of these special flights not only from Dubai to Mumbai, but Fujairah to Mumbai, Fujairah to Delhi, Fujairah to Delhi, and Fujairah to Delhi, Mumbai. So at on various destinations from UAE to India, to Mumbai to Delhi. So this has been announced by SpiceJet because there are a lot of Indians stranded there, Kitsween, and they're looking. In fact, we are also getting a lot of calls. They're reaching out to us that how to come back to India. Many of them were in Dubai, Abu Dhabi as a tourist, and they are stranded. So the Indian carriers, in fact, also the UAE carriers, they both are operating in a very limited manner, but you can go to their official websites. You can see the roster, the flights available, and you can book your tickets as you book on the normal days. So it's as easy as that. And there are multiple flights now which will be operating in next 2 to 3 days.
What's the flight status as of today? Let's do a quick real-time update. If we go to Flight Radar 24, Siddhant, let's open that and let's see what the flight status as of this morning is looking like. We're going real-time and giving you a quick live flight tracker and what the situation is looking like on the 5th day of this conflict. So allow us a couple of seconds. We'll just show you what the airspace situation is looking like. If you zoom out a little, Siddhant, and you move to your left, see Iran, Iraq, still there's a huge void that you see there. But if you zoom in a little to Saudi Arabia, to UAE, see UAE, suddenly we do see air traffic resume, right?
Yes.
So this was not the situation yesterday. And suddenly we're seeing a lot of flights
over
if
UAE,
you quickly zoom into UAE here, you'll be able to see the flight density, which is a major improvement from what we saw yesterday. Even Oman. Oman, for instance, did not have flights.
Over Gulf countries. In fact, day before yesterday, this was announced that they have managed to secure a safe corridor in a very coordinated manner. This corridor has been secured by authorities in UAE in coordination with the civil aviation authorities worldwide to operate airlines. And as we were discussing before, in a very limited manner, these airlines are operating. But it's a big relief for those who were stranded, Kritsween, because
what does the disruption map show at the moment? Let's try and look at the disruption map as well, because this will give us a sense of how many flights still stand cancelled and what's the status there.
Very less. It has reduced. In fact, yesterday when we were checking Kritsween, it was the delayed flights were 60 to 70%. Now they have come down to 29%. This is Dammam King Fahad International Airport, Dubai International Airport. It has come down to 9%. Yesterday it was 60%. If you remember, Kritsween.
And these are delayed flights. Cancelled flights, the number is still huge, but the number of flights certainly has gone down. So it's a 71%, but possibly the total flights operating out of Dubai are also low in number, and that's why the number of cancelled flights are 25 at the moment. Yesterday, if you remember, this number was far higher. So there is a marked improvement. Thank you so much, Siddhant, for that quick update, and we'll keep a track on how India exactly plans to do this. India also does have a plan in place at the moment. SpiceJet has come out with a long list on how these flights will be operating through the next 4 days. Starting 5th of March, they surely have a plan in place, and all of these flights are landing in different parts of India. So from Mumbai to Delhi to the rest of the country. Now, whether or not this will be smooth sailing, there'll be changes made to this, remains to be seen. Him, over to you in the studio.
Thank you so much.